So I want to share with you, I just came in here spontaneously to particularly talk to you empaths, coaches, healers, empath entrepreneurs out there who are feeling depleted or in some way holding yourself back or playing small. And you want, like, you have this intention to go out there and share your gifts, to generate income, to thrive in your life, to create your dream life. However, something's holding you back, something's blocking you. I'm going to help you with that today because I'm seeing it so much with my clients and students right now. This energy of almost like a one foot on the brake, one foot on the gas. It's like, come like trying to go, but having the foot on the brake and then letting the foot off the brake and getting a little momentum and then pulling back. There's one key element to thriving as an empath, okay? Especially being visible, sharing your gifts. Even if you are not someone who has a business, this is going to apply to you because all of the dreams that you have in your life are literally yours. They are here, they're available. They wouldn't have been ignited inside of your soul if they weren't for you. I'm not having the dreams and desires you are. They're unique to you, right? Other people may be having similar things, but different, or, we all have these very clear directives that are guiding our lives into what we're here to create. But if we have one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake, we're not going to get anywhere. So the thing I find that holds empaths back, and I'm going to illustrate with a story, something that just happened, is we tend to make choices out of what we think is going to feel good for somebody else because we feel everything, right? So recently I was just invited by someone I love so dearly and deeply to something that was very important to them. It was this big red carpet event. And I was planning to go and I was gearing up like to go. And in meditation that night, I just sat with it and I was like, I can turn that on like a light switch. Like I know how to do that. I used to work in entertainment. I used to act myself. I used to be on red carpets a lot in the field I was in, working in the movie business and music business. But when I was sitting in meditation, I really checked in and I asked myself the question, am I doing this out of fear, obligation, or expectation? Any of those three energies. So you can write those three down. I call this the faux filter. It's the biggest enemy, right? Fear, obligation, expectation. It's an acronym, faux. When we're doing anything out of those energies, it is going to limit us. Our dreams are going to get squashed, extinguished. And for me, it's a very confronting question because I made a pact with myself that if the answer is yes to any of those three energies, I'm a hard no, and I need to actually say no to things that are of those energies. And immediately I heard yes, I was going out of obligation or expectation, and not only theirs, but my own, because I love this person and I want them to feel my support. But here's what I want to say. So I checked in and I thought about being in that environment, which is so not my world anymore. I have no interest in it. It's so important to have a clear vision, by the way, of why you're here, what your purpose is, what your dream is, what you're here to create. And if you're not clear on that, please do join the program. It's the pre-sales going on for a couple more days, Self-Mastery Manifestation School. It is so important to know what your dream and vision is, but I'm just going to presuppose that you know exactly why you're here. So I know why I'm here. I'm here to serve my well, first of all, I'm here to be present. I'm here to enjoy my life. And I'm here to give from the overflow and share what I have learned along the journey so that empath entrepreneurs, coaches, healers can just clear their visibility blocks and share their voices and their messages in the most powerful way and evolve in the process. And when I thought about being at that event, it just was nothing but heaviness to me. It was nothing but exhaustion. It was literally just like out of guilt or out of expectation. And I thought to myself, I just want to celebrate this person in such a more intimate, connected way than in this huge, like, me having to put on a mask and show up in this way and spend days and so much time and energy to prepare for that and pull away from my work and the powerful things I'm doing in the world. So for many empaths, living by this feels selfish. Oh my God, if I say no to somebody and that's going to make them feel bad. What I have found is that when I use this faux filter and I choose myself, and I'll explain why this is so important for you to thrive in your life, for us to thrive, to choose yourself. I used to think it was really selfish. And now what I have found is that whenever I choose myself, it is often, if not most of the time, beneficial for the other person as well. Actually, it's always beneficial for the other person as well, typically, because if they get upset or triggered, then they get to work their process. But in most cases, it's not even that. It's that they're like, oh my God, thank God you didn't come. It was so overwhelming. I wouldn't have even seen you. I'm so glad that you took care of yourself. Let's go have like a nice dinner instead. It always works out. Or if I, if you, whatever, you know what I'm saying. It works out when you take care of you energetically, you're bringing your best self forward instead of bringing this dimension of you that is resentful or feels guilty or is like pitying the person or, in this energy that's totally inauthentic because it's not matching your values. Another thing to be really clear about what your values are. So I tuned into myself and I asked that question, and I'm telling you, like every ounce of my energy returned that I was kind of harboring, or any kind of exhaustion that was coming from being spread too thin. I ask you what it is in your life right now that you're saying yes to because you think it's going to make the other person feel good, but it's making you feel bad. What is it in your life right now that you have said yes to, or that you have been saying yes to, or that you're planning to say yes to, that's not good for you? As empaths, empath entrepreneurs, as leaders of love, as light bringers, as those of us who are here to bring light in dark times, our frequency is our number one job, and we are literally guardians of our frequency, or we are not. If you're not guarding your frequency, it's very, very likely that right now there's a deep level of exhaustion because there's this extending out and thinking about everyone else and what they need instead of simply focusing on your vibration and the people you're uniquely here to serve. Not everybody, but who you're uniquely here to serve, and being a messenger of the message that you're here to share, and really serving your voice, that powerful, valuable voice, that message that you're here to serve. Right now, I'm here because I'm committed and love helping empaths like myself to get confident, to take radical care of themselves, to clear the habit and addiction to overthinking, to deepening in presence, to shining our light in this world in such a beautiful and powerful way, in the way that our soul literally came to be the teaching rather than to just talk it and feel, instead of like really feel like be the teaching. For example, if I'm teaching about overflow and shining your light as an empath, if I'm going and taking really good care of yourself in the process, if I'm going and doing things that are hurting me, I'm out of integrity with my message. So this faux filter, I hope it helps you. I love it so much. Obviously, there are things that sometimes we have to do out of obligation or expectation, like if we have children or we're caring for an aging parent or someone is relying on us, or an animal that we are a guardian of. Those things are obviously essential. But oftentimes the things that we're saying yes to, we are fearing saying no to out of ego fear. It's not like a real threat. It's like, oh my God, this person's not going to like me, or oh my God, they're going to blame me and I don't want to deal with their negative energy. Or so what I have found is when we build our energy. So for me, in that moment, step one, ask yourself, am I doing this out of fear, obligation, or expectation? If the answer is yes, can I clear this off of my plate? Step two, Feel the joy of choosing yourself. I sat there in meditation and I was just like, oh my God, I get to say no to this. I get to say no. Like, it's okay. I get to propose a different option and check in with them and see how that works for them. Let's celebrate in this way. And I could feel, so step two is let the feeling land, because most of us empaths have spent our lives giving everything away. When you start to choose yourself and you savor the feeling of it, let that land in your body and let that expand. Your self-worth, your sense of self-worth is just going to expand. It makes it so much easier to be visible because you're intact. You are connected with yourself. You can trust yourself to be your own safety, to be a guardian of your frequency. Then step three is now with this beautiful energy I have, what do I want to do with it? What do I want to do with it? Where do I want to share it? Think about your message, being a messenger of your message, and think about the people who are the recipients of that message, who get the most from your message, okay? And how can you serve those people? And how can you serve the message? Okay, so in order to flourish as an empath entrepreneur, especially, we get to really claim our energy back from the places that the wounding, the people pleasing, the trauma response that we learned as a little child, we get to reverse that. And instead of people pleasing, we get to start pleasing ourselves deeply, choose ourselves. The mind is going to say it's selfish. And what I have found again and again, don't trust me on this, just try it for yourself and in your life if you aren't already, is to notice that when you put yourself first, you choose yourself, you put your energy first. There were many years I was preaching this and I thought I was living it. I really did. And then I got a health diagnosis and I realized, holy shabeep, I have been talking about this for a very long time, giving master classes, helping all my clients with it, preaching it, singing it from the towers, and I was not living it. I was working 12-hour days. I was obsessed with my business. I was giving, doing, telling myself that in the future I could relax or have some joy in the future, and not realizing that was a massive lie. Yes, I was experiencing a lot of self-care, but clearly my body wanted more. My body needed more. My soul was desperate, thirsty, hungry for choosing myself, for deepening in presence, for enjoying nature and life and all the beautiful things. You are here to enjoy your life. Be present and share from the overflow, okay? To share the gifts you're here to share from the overflow of your feel good, from the overflow of presence. So what in your life as a first step can you do to make some space to really hear the wisdom of your soul and to fill your own cup so that you can go do the beautiful work you're here to do with confidence? And if you want support with this, go to thediamondprocess.com. So it's thediamondprocess.com/manifest. And the pre-sale for this incredible program to clear the blocks, the energetic blocks that have been holding you back from creating your most beautiful life and business, what you're here to live, like what you're really here to live. The pre-sale is open until Sunday. So we have a couple, 3 more days. So I want to make sure that you are aware of that because it's a really incredible pre-sale. And I have some really incredible announcements that I can't share here yet, but they're connected with the program. It's going to be more than what you're seeing on the page. For now, whatever you choose, whether it's to join us in Self-Mastery Manifestation School or it's something else, get support somewhere. Because what I have found is that it took me getting that health diagnosis to then hire I knew, like everyone you can imagine, an energy healer, an actual physical healer, a money coach, a tapping, she wasn't a money coach, a tapping coach, an acupuncture, all the things. I mean, 5 different people to help me to really clear, oh God, an Akashic record reader, like everyone you can imagine. I finally received in such abundance a memoir coach to actually write what I was going through. And I started receiving at a level that I had never received before, and it completely shifted my life. If you don't have the accountability somewhere, it's going to be really hard to change your life when you're surrounded by the same people that got you in the situation in the first place. And it's not a knock on the people around you. If you're living in this more challenged place, not living your dreams, it's just that everyone is focused on their own thing. And it's very rare that you're going to have someone call you to presence, call you to choose yourself, call you to literally land in your life and create the most magnanimous life for yourself from an energy that feels good, from a feeling of safety in your nervous system. So if you want to keep repeating the same thing, you just keep doing the same thing with the same people. If you want to create change in your life and you really want to feel like you're genuinely at home in your own skin, the key is to surround yourself with people who are going to lift you and who you will also hold them to their highest. And you start to embody this frequency, and also to put yourself in the position where you're held accountable to the incredible act of choosing yourself. And it's much deeper. You have to know yourself to choose yourself. That's a whole other video. Who are you? Who are you choosing? Are you choosing the ego, or are you choosing your soul? Are you choosing the truth of you? So I just want to remind you that your vibration is your contribution to the world. And I know you. I know you have something very powerful inside. And I hope that this video reminds you to be a guardian of your frequency, to be a guardian of your frequency. Let's take a deep, deep breath in and exhale it out. If you got something from this video, you can give it a thumbs up, ding. And if you aren't already subscribed, you can hit the subscribe button to get videos to help you with your vibration and your visibility, to share your voice, to share your powerful message. And I hope and look forward to seeing you in Self-Mastery Manifestation School. It's the only time it's happening. It's happening live in real time. And I cannot wait to see you in there. If this is for you, go to thediamondprocess.com/manifest. All right, my friends, with all of my heart,